The South African Transport and Airline Workers Union SADAU and the United National Transport Union UNTU lodged a labour dispute with the Commission for Conciliation, Mediation and Arbitration CCMA last month in a bid to force the employer PRASA to adhere to their wage demands. This following a 7-month intense round of wage talks at the Passenger Rail Agency of South Africa that has concluded with a 5% salary increment.
PRASA shall effect an increase of 5% on total guaranteed pay across the board for all employees in the bargaining unit employed in its corporate office, PRASA Rail, PRASA Technical and PRASA Cress with effect from 1st April 2023. There will be no strikes pertaining to this agreement, in particular on salaries during the period of the wage agreement. The back pay for April to November 2023 will be paid over a period of 6 months from January to June 2024.
However, benefits such as medical aid, housing allowance and others were not met by the employer in the signed agreement, a process that does not sit well with the workers.
Those issues are not off the hook yet, but remember this agreement is only for a period of 6 months. Next year, March, we are still negotiating with PRASA. We'll bring back those issues because we'll be having a longer time. The challenge that we have, it was for us to negotiate a short-term agreement. And this is what we have proposed to PRASA board and the PRASA group CEO to say, let us try to have a multi-year agreement that will accommodate the entire needs of workers.
The agreement will be backdated to the 1st of April 2023 with a payment plan from the PRASA management. Workers say they will be closely looking at the agreement met, accusing the employer of previously reneging on signed agreements.
I believe PRASA management, they'll be able to honor their agreement, or our agreement, because the tendency which we witnessed in the past where we have the agreement, but when coming to the compliance of the agreement, it becomes a challenge where we have to now rely to courts to enforce or to implement or interpret our agreements. It must be the thing of the past.
The management says it is looking at continuing with the work to stabilize the entity, an admission that a strike action would have dealt the company a blow.
It's still a struggle, and that is why we're imploring workers that, this 5%, while it is very welcome, it doesn't mean that there's abundant finances available. We still have to work hard to ensure that we build the organization and that we bring in the revenue that we have always had in the past.
Commuters who use PRASA services can expect the transport provider to operate without disruptions during the festive season. The two workers' unions said PRASA are looking to start the 2024-2025 round of talks as early as this month to avoid a protracted process. They sought to assure the workers that the non-financial benefits that failed to form part of this year's agreement are not off the cards and will be rolled over to the upcoming process. Katlego Logodi, SABC News, Johannesburg.